2020 College Football Accelerator Summit audience. I am thrilled to have the next gentleman on our summit. This is such a huge piece of the summit, you guys. I want you to have all perspectives, and this gentleman is going to bring us the father's perspective. And as you guys know, this is a very important time to get the father's perspective. So we have none other than Mr. David Uiagalelei from he's out in SoCal, but his boys went to St. John Bosco, and we're so happy to have you on, Big Dave. How's it going?
Man, you know what, man, there's no complaints. No complaints, just really grateful and thankful for everything, that's going on within the boys, both of my sons' high school career, and now my son DJs at Clemson. Trust me, no complaints, brother. Just thankful and blessful. And just being blessed. Yeah.
Definitely. Huge blessings. And you're such a big part of these boys' lives and just molding their steps. And
Yes.
I understand that you had a pretty good football career yourself. And I was wondering, how do you feel your career has helped mold your boys?
Well, I'll be honest, my career wasn't that long. I only played in college, in high school. I'm not ashamed. I'm a type of father that like to keep it transparent. I really wasn't really good in my grades, so a lot of times I was ineligible. But I was an athletic kid. You're talking about a kid that was, I was about 6'4", at the time, 295 pounds, 300, doing 360 dunks, reverse, playing quarterback for the JV team. I played one time. just, but when I got to college is where, I went to Mount Sac and I got to play with Chris McAllister, AP, Antonio Pierce, Machete, Mike Machete, who was a quarterback, Colorado, Brad Bedell. These are all guys that went pro from that team at the 1997 national championship team from Mount Sac. So that's as far as my talents and my abilities went. But the cool story about that is the fact that the stuff that I learned in my career growing up, I didn't wasn't a school kid. So I it was a struggle. So I believe God always has a plan for the type of life that you lived when you were young, so that you can take that, and when you have your own kids, like when I had both of my sons, I knew exactly what I wasn't going to have my kids do, because I went through it, through my life. Yes, I was a talented athlete. I was still dunking at 356 pounds.
Wow.
And people that know me, they know. They're not surprised at what my kids are doing. So I'm not trying to talk about me, but what I am going to say is, as athletic I was back then, I couldn't put it on the field and capitalize it on it because of the way I struggled in school, and I didn't take it serious. I thought my talent would take me all the way, which I tell kids all the time. Talent can only take you so far. It's those kids that put in the extra work, the kids that grind. You know what I mean? Those kids in the long run will surpass the talent, because I promise you, the talent's only gonna, just for me, it only lasted in JC. And I had, so when I had my sons, I knew exactly what I needed to do. Me and my wife, Tasha, we made sure that they took full advantage of every opportunity that they were given to be appreciative on the teams and the sports that they played. A lot of times kids nowadays, they think they're owed something, like, and to me, I just wanted my kids to learn how to appreciate their situation that they're in, appreciate that you get to go every day and play baseball or football. I remember a coach, the baseball coach really drove it in when DJ was 11, 12 years old. He played with a coach, Joe. He said there's kids out in other countries that play baseball with using a cardboard as a glove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he always told the kids, a kid forgot his glove coming to practice. He ripped into him, grabbed his glove and made him hold it over his head and ran around the field the whole practice because he wanted him to understand there's kids across the country don't have gloves, or other countries don't have that blessing to have a nice brand new glove, you know?
Mhm.
So he basically taught my kids how to appreciate everything about the sport, not just playing it, but all the little things, you know, keeping the dugout straight, clean, putting your bats where it needs to be, saying yes or no, sir. Never saying, asking, when a person adult asks you a question, never say yeah, yeah. No, you say yes, yes, sir. No, that's what he was learned. He was taught back then. You know, always look a man in his eye, a coach, mom or dad, adult in their eyes, and shake their hand, and you know, a firm handshake. Oh, he's learned all this stuff as they were young. So, you know, just thankful that I, through my struggles, that I learned what I needed to learn, so that when I had my kids, um, I kind of had an idea what I wanted to you know to show them and teach them.
Amazing feedback right there. And obviously, you guys can tell the love in this man's heart for his two boys, DJ and Mateo.
Yeah,
As a father, because you're going to have fathers from Texas, Florida, all over
yeah.
watching you in this session, when did you start to realize that your son had special potential? We'll start with DJ. When did you start to realize he had special potential?
I honestly started seeing the potential. I want to say in 7 years old.
Okay.
I honestly around 2 or 3. I saw we were playing catch with a football, and mind you, you know, I'm a dad. I played football, so I honestly know how it's supposed to look. You know,
Yes.
so we're playing catch, and I see how he's throwing the ball back and forth, and I'm like, boy, this kid got a nice arm. You know, and I remember I didn't really do that much yet from there. I just said, DJ, let's just play catch. Eventually he got up to about 4 or 5 years old, and 7 years old is when we decided to play flag football, and he played quarterback. Yet he was like of course he's a Samoan kid. So he kind of looked like the big D lineman out there. I mean, he was the biggest kid on the field, but he got, as the coaches saw his arm, hey, let's make him the quarterback. And that's basically, at 7 years old is when I knew I had something special, you know, until it got really serious at 9 years old. At 9 years old, he played Pee Wee. And anyone out there knows Pee Wee in Pop Warner, Pee Wee, you have older lighter weights, right?
Yes.
Older lighter weights is guys that are probably in 6th or 7th grade, but because they're a lighter, they can play Pee Wee. So here's my son. He's a 3rd grader, and I have the video. I have footage of him playing with 6th and 7th graders.
People are going to be
And
calling for that video.
yeah, well, you can go on YouTube. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on my page. It's on YouTube. He played for the Upland Chargers. Everyone that knows
Yeah.
Pop Warner over there,
Upland Chargers.
that's
Yeah.
that's Upland. That was his first year, and he was a 3rd grader, and the team was filled with 6th and 7th graders. And he started at quarterback. You know, it was funny because, you know, before the season, you don't wear pads. So DJ was so excited. I don't think he knew what he was getting into, because this is the first time he was going to play tackle football.
Okay.
At 7 years old, he was playing flag football. So this is the year when I knew I had something really special, because the coach saw that he could throw the ball. And I didn't think, you know, my son was going to start, because these kids are old. Yeah, they're older lighters. They're lighter, so they can play at that peewee level. But they're sixth and seventh graders, man. You know, their mind is they want to go look for girls.
Mhm.
DJ mindset was, where's the playground? You know, it was totally different.
He's a baby.
So yeah, he's a baby. So he got out there, coach, no pads. You know, before the season started, DJ started loving it. Actually, DJ won the starting position, and he's practicing with the team. Yet he had no idea yet that when the pads come on, totally different. So yes, the pads come on, and it was a eye wide open, type scenario where they were teeing off on my son the first game, and it was so hard to watch my son because you're asking the kid to prolong the play. He's only in third grade. He don't know nothing like that. But yet the part that amazed me the most is that he didn't cry. He had tears, but he didn't quit. He stood out there and took it. And that's exactly when I knew. I said, "Wow, this kid is special." He was afraid though. After that game, he wanted to quit. Just so you know, and I gave him a little speech. When you start something, son, I just want you to finish it. If anything, you'll finish it on a bench, finish it where on D line if they change you to another position. And they did. The next game they changed up the D line, but then the second guy who came in didn't do as well. But this is where I think the coach at the time saved DJ's career because DJ was ready to quit. The coach said, DJ, next game, all we're gonna do is when they hike the ball, we're gonna run spread. You're gonna know you're just gonna throw it. You're gonna throw it to him. You would know, to where my son didn't have to think. So I thank that coach. I think he saved my son's career because he was ready to quit. But that's, sorry, coach, but that's when I believe that I knew I had something special at 9 years old in DJ.
Amazing. And you being
Yeah,
a former football player, you knew he
yeah,
was bigger than the physical tangibles.
yes,
You knew it, he
yeah.
had to be able to be tough and mentally be there. Um, for a father listening to you now, and maybe his son's in the 8th grade, Big Dave, and he's choosing between a few high schools, how big is, and maybe they know, we want a college scholarship one day.
Yes.
How big is that piece on which high school you go to?
It's huge in a sense of it's a couple things. Number one is what I looked at DJ when we were looking for a high school. Which high school would challenge your kid? You know, a lot of times I know a lot of fathers want to take their kids where they know the kids can start. You know, but to me, what is the best environment where your kid's going to learn and develop? You understand that high school is not it. High school's not, it's not the last place she's going to be. To me, the most important part is the development. As we chose Bosco, they had a 5-star quarterback there. People looked at me like I was crazy taking DJ there. Why you go there? I knew how Bosco develops their quarterback. You know what I mean? So that's why it meant more to me, not just to go, knowing that he's not going to play varsity, which I knew my son could play varsity at probably 99% of the schools in America, but that wasn't the most important part to me. It was the development. It was the atmosphere of seeing where a place where my son could develop. It's not always about starting as a freshman. I'm sorry, man. That's not what it's about. It's about development. You can go to a school that's, I don't want to say, like a weaker division and stuff and have your kid start as a freshman. But will that make him a better player? No, I don't think so because of the talent of competition that you're going to face. To me, what is more important is understanding your child's ability in a sense of where he's at in his competition. So for me, I felt I had the best quarterback in the country So that's why I went to the best school. Not everyone's going to do that. Not everyone has that that option. So the best thing you can do is to know your kid's abilities. Find a place where he can develop and showcase his ability. For me, that's more important than anything else. Um, yes, the goal to look for a scholarship should have been in a junior. You should have started that in junior high school. You know, and that's another topic there. The holdbacks. You know what I'm saying? That's a big topic. A lot of people, parents don't like it, and a lot of people like it. To me, if it's not for everyone, but if your kid is able, if you can see your kid and you know he has a future in football, you might want to hold him back just to give him that 1 year of experience, your body changing, allowing your body to grow, and giving your kid the best chance in achieving a scholarship. You know, a lot of times you see parents, they put their kid in as a 14-year-old freshman, which we all know in the Trinity League, this is normal. In the Trinity League, a freshman is 15 turning 16.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm shocking a lot of parents, but that's the honest to God truth.
Okay.
Sorry to say. So, you're coming in as a 14-year-old, which we know in football, they have 14 youth football. So you don't want to send your son, if you know your son has an opportunity to play at the next level and get a scholarship, you don't want to send your kid as a 14 youth to high school. You're not proving anything, but just not giving your son the best opportunity to achieve a free education. Because now he has to battle kids 2 years older than him. So let's say he's a senior at 17. You're going to play an 18 and 19-year-old kid while you're 17. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, I'm not saying that every 17-year-old couldn't do it, but I'm just saying, just giving you some education on that, knowing that you want to give your kid the best opportunity to be able to showcase his ability. And you already know, and when you're a little bit older, your body's a little bit bigger, faster, stronger. It's just common sense, but it's not for everyone. I'm just saying, if you know your kid can achieve a free education, I would really think about it.
Very good insight right there. And you guys are getting it from somebody that's literally
Yeah,
living this, right now.
yeah,
He's navigating the
yeah,
waters for his two boys and doing a magnificent job. Talk to the young man, because I know you work with many young men outside of your
yes,
boys.
yep,
Talk to me about the young man that doesn't have a Big Dave in his home. Maybe it's
yeah.
just him and his mom. What advice would you give to that young man about how he can be proactive?
Um, um, Stay positive. Don't compare your process to other people's process. Don't look at other people's success and ask yourself why. Never allow yourself to be a victim.
Yes.
Understand every kid has the opportunity. All you need is the opportunity. Now it's up to you to take that opportunity and do your best. When you spend time in trying to worry about other kids' opportunity and their situation and their process, that's more time you're taking away from you getting better, bigger, faster, and stronger. I said it earlier, a talent only can take you so far. It's the kids that put in that work. Yes, you're not 6'5". Yes, you're not 315 pounds. But we all see stories that kids are not, Kyler Murray, look at him. Come on now. That's just one of 1,000 stories out there. I mean, guys, the number one thing is to stay positive.
Okay.
Stay positive. Understand that no matter what obstacles you face, um, as long as you give it your best, give it your all, put your whole heart into it. Don't make excuses. Do not. Don't count yourself out. I promise you. I promise you. When you give into that, I remember when you how do I say this? When you give into the process, meaning you're giving it your all. I promise you, there's going to be a time when the process is going to bless you back. That's just how it works. That's just how God works. Some of you, I don't want to be all holy on you, but that's how it works. You're going to get blessed because, trust me, it's just the way the world works. If you're truly wholeheartedly giving it your all, um, um, trust me, you're going to see people that, man, you look comparing yourself. That's what happens. Oh man, wait a minute, I'm doing the same thing. He's faster. Trust me, don't. You got to train with blinders on. Train with blinders on. Find find the number. Another thing is find those good trainers. Don't allow yourself to, you know, man. Some of these trainers, man, they charge a lot of money. Do your due diligence in finding a great trainer, finding a person that you see his work. Oh, this guy benefit from it. Don't just because you hear him talk a good story, and you know what I mean. He knows what he's saying. Read them, go around, ask. Um, but that's another big thing. Finding the right trainer, a right facility. We have this facility that I'm at. It's so amazing. It's called Winter Circle, and we are growing so much. We have about 300 plus kids there, um, and from college and pros and high school and youth. But that's the one important thing. Find a great training facility or a trainer. Don't allow yourself to get distracted by other people's success. Understand that everyone is different. You keep grinding, keep working hard, because eventually that grind will all pay. That you represent, respecting the process. That process will bless you back in the long run. I promise you.
Wow, right on time with that message for so many of these young men,
Yeah,
especially during these times. So I appreciate that, Big Dave. And a few more questions, we'll get you out of here. I know that these families are getting so much value. Talk to me about the mental side of the game. Your son has a lot of expectations. Both of your boys are
yeah,
growing up with huge
yeah.
expectations. How do you talk to them about the mental side? How do you keep them confident?
You know what? It's a lot of it has to do with not so DJ, the way he handles it, he doesn't let it affect him. Um, you know how the whole hype of being the number one player, people expect you to do this and do that. So he doesn't allow himself to believe the hype. He doesn't allow himself to ever go, I have to represent out there because this is what they expect of me. The way I see how my son handled it, at the end of the day, all it matters is win or losses. All it matters is you go out there and work with your team and try to do your best to win the game. That's all it matters. That's what he says. I'm just saying what he says. So to me, when that's what we would. So for example, when we got into high school, we kept it simple. All we said was a free education. Didn't care if it was to a Division 3 or a D2. I don't care. The goal is just to get a free education. The goal wasn't to be the number one player. The goal wasn't to be a state champion. The goal wasn't to do any of that. I didn't put that pressure on my son. I just said, you can go ask DJ and Mateo. What was the goal from day one from going into high school? Was just to get a free education. They'll tell you that. So that was the way my son handled all this pressure. He didn't allow it to bother him. He didn't allow it to distract him from his goal, was to win the game, because that's all that matters. Ain't nobody care about anything other than the game itself and what happens. The results is there. Did you win? No. Did you lose? Okay, whatever it is. That's my son preached that in a championship game. You know, they asked him, they were talking to him about, man, you passed for 400 yards in that amazing comeback game, 5 touchdowns. You had 10,000 yards of records. How do you feel about that? He just said, I honestly, I don't really care about it. All that matters, because he said the way I achieved that was through my line, my O line, my receivers, my running back. That was all them. But at the end of the day, all that matters is the wins and losses. You know, so he just tries to keep it simple. He's a simple kid. He doesn't. I mean, I just bought him a new phone, right? Recently, and I'm just explaining because he's how simple it is.
Yeah.
The last phone I bought him was an iPhone 8.
Okay.
Every year, son, I can get you another phone. He never. The only reason why he ended up getting the iPhone 11 was because the iPhone 8 conked out. You know, it didn't work.
I think
So
they
he
do that
had,
on purpose, Big Dave.
yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, that's how DJ works. He's a
Yeah.
simple. So he keeps that for those parents. How my kids handle all this pressure, they actually don't.
Keep it simple.
They don't allow it to affect what the simple goal is. You know, whatever the goals the coaches need them to do. Win the next game. The next game. They don't go no further than the game they're playing right now. You know what I mean? So that's how they both handle it, and I'm very proud of my kids, man, how they handle the situation and allow it not to be bigger than what it is. You know, they shy away from it, which is so great. And you know, the one characteristic that I love about DJ, he doesn't want nothing handed to him. Nothing. He just wants, just tell me where I gotta go, what line do I have to stand in, how do I gotta work to get to it. That's about it. You know, that's you know how I'm just proud of that guy.
He's a humble warrior from the outside
Yes.
looking in, and
Yeah.
I see why. Listening to you right now, Big Dave. Obviously, college football is a big business. It's
Yes.
he's going to Clemson, high
Yeah.
expectation. Dabo makes millions.
Yeah.
As a father, maybe I'm a father right now, and my son has some juice. He has some options. As a father, how do I tell who to trust?
What do you mean, in the coaches or different colleges?
The
The
recruiters and
recruiting.
just the whole
Oh,
process.
well, you know, I'm gonna tell you how we did it.
Okay.
We left it in our son's hands.
Okay.
We honestly let him make that decision. Um, yeah, we grew up USC fans. When he got his SC offer back in 8th grade, oh boy, I cried.
Wow.
But you know, as we grow in this process, as the coaches all start calling and everyone's trying to pull you here, pull you there, and all we did, for me as my wife, as we went through it, we allowed DJ to make that decision on where he wanted to go, because at the end of the day, it's his life. You know, it's what he wants to do. So he chose Clemson. You know, he chose Clemson in his junior year. So he went up there one time and just fell in love, and it was very respectful to me and his mama. He said to him, he committed that day, but he said, I'm gonna wait till mom and dad comes and see the place and see what they think. And then once we felt, man, I loved it when I went up there, and my wife loved it when she went up there, and that's why he chose that school. But everyone's gonna pull you, you know, call you, you know. The crazy part, DJ knows when it's rehearsed. When a coach, you can tell if a coach is not keeping, you know, like how we said, not keeping it 100.
So you have to trust your intuitions and your heart.
Yeah, you know, it's him. Yeah, he knows when a coach is not. It's just you know, salesman. You know, the one thing that he loved the most about Clemson is they always kept it. This is how it is up here. If you want to be a part of this, that's what he liked. He didn't like, hey man, what do you need? We can give you this, we can give you that. You know, DJ doesn't like that. DJ wants substance. DJs is a guy of substance. DJs is a guy. He's a deep, deep person. You know what I mean? He's like very genuine. He wants the relationships. The guys who were there from the get go. You know, from the beginning. You can't wait. He that's how we handled this whole. We didn't try to pressure him. We left it to him, and we just try to support, and we let him know we're here if you have any questions and anything. But that's how we handle this process.
Let me ask you this, Big Dave. As a father and your son's going across the country, now DJ's special. He sounds like
Yeah,
he's wise beyond his years, but maybe
yeah.
I'm a mother and I got a running back in LA. He's thinking about going to Ohio State. As a parent, do you think that I should consider maybe moving with them or keeping them close to home? How do you gauge that as a parent?
I think every family situation is different. Um, if a mother feels like she wants to go with her son and the son is okay with it, I think yeah, and a lot of times I've seen that. For me, my situation, I have one here, still here, and I couldn't leave this guy alone. Mateo's his own beast, his own person. And that's the one thing that me and my wife always try to push, that we're not going to just glorify one kid and leave the other kid, you know what I mean? We're going to glorify both, and they're both special. So, it all depends on the family situation, if it's a family decision that they all can go. Sometimes it's good that the son can go. Sometimes the son just wants to go and be on his own. He wants to get out the house. Mom, uh, I'm good. You stay home. Let me go. Let me do me.
Yeah.
I need to get up out of here in this situation. It's all, and it all depends on the family within each family, and how what they believe works best for them. But for us, we're here. We're staying here. We're going to be with Mattel till he graduates, and yeah, we'll fly back and forth to watch DJ's game as much as we can. But I'm so DJ's his own man, bro. I'm not worried about him. I'm good with him. He's good. I just got to work on this guy over here, Mateo.
I heard that, and you're doing a great job, Big Dave. Two
Yeah.
more questions, and I'll get you out of here. When is the right time for these athletes to start focusing on off the field passions or off the field talents?
In a sense of what you mean, like,
As far as other things outside of football, or maybe
oh, okay,
things
like,
that they may want to do after football.
oh, I mean, you could start it early. You know what I mean? Don't wait. DJ, as much as you love football, he had baseball. You know what I mean? Mateo, as much as he loves football, he has music. I don't know if you know Mateo's music. He's a producer. So,
Wow.
yeah, we got stuff with Roddy Rich. We got stuff out there with a lot of people. I'm gonna just say this. Mateo might be getting paid, making money before he leaves high school because of his music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, don't let look. The one thing I do push is kids playing multiple sports.
Okay,
You
I
know
was
what I
going to
mean?
ask you that. I was going to ask
Yeah.
you that. Okay.
So a lot of kids, like, if you're doing sports, don't you can get burned out playing one sport all year round. Trust me. If you really look
You can
at
take it if you
the
got to.
no, heck no. If you look at kids that are drafted, if you do, they have already did the percentage. Uh, about 95% of the kids get drafted the first round play multiple sports. They grew up playing multiple sports. So it's good for me, I would push the other, whatever um, love, a passion, or what they want to do. Maybe some people want to be a painter, or somebody want to play,
Mhm.
do music like my son Mateo. That guy does football, school, and music. Come on. I got a studio set up right in his garage. Right
Wow.
in his bedroom, you know. So, yes, I encourage them to be well-rounded, to do other things. Don't wait. Don't wait. Keep doing it. Mattel plays 2 positions, tight end and DN. We're not going to stop. We're going to play it as long as we can. You know, DJ did the same with baseball and football. He did it as long as he can and decided what he wanted to do. You know, but I encourage other kids to do other things besides the sport. You know, you want to be well-rounded in a lot of things in life. You know, you want to be able to do a lot of things. So
You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. With or without a ball in your hands, you're hearing it
now,
right
yeah,
here from Big
yeah,
Dave. So make it happen. Last question, Big Dave. A lot of people don't see the sacrifice. You know, they just think that your boys are
yeah,
big and talented and they got a dad
yeah,
who played and it comes easy to these boys. Can you just
yeah.
talk about the sacrifice it takes to get to the level your sons have gotten to?
Um, it
The family sacrifice. I know it's been a
yeah, bro,
family.
bro. I'm being paused because I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna keep it
Thank you.
100 to everyone out there
Thank you.
because I rather be transparent because I want every parent to understand and know that when we sacrificed a lot, me and my wife. I left a gig, I left my bodyguard world, um, to be able to be home and try to be with my sons because I asked parents back then, how long does it go by fast when a kid is in kindergarten to high school? I asked these parents, does it go by fast? And every parent said like a blink of an eye. So I said to myself, you know what? I think I need to be in my kid's life, So we made the sacrifice of me changing jobs, you know what I mean? And it was hard financially. Financially, my kids, I, we've never been on a vacation.
Yeah.
It's funny because you hear about these top daddy quarterbacks, dads. Usually they're the money guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, this is by far from that.
Yeah.
Um, I made 2,700 at a school district a month,
Yeah.
coming from a bodyguard gig where I could make that in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gave that. I had to switch so
Sacrifice.
that I could sacrifice, so I could stay home and be in my kid's life. And with that said, a lot of times I know it'll happen when you're promoting your kid, when you're going out, you sacrifice your marriage. You know, I'm gonna be real with it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I'm gonna speak on it, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna tell you no lie. Sometimes dads are out there, boom, boom, and your wife is at home,
Yeah.
and then sometimes you lose touch there. You know what I'm saying? So that's another sacrifice you had to make to be able to get your kid. Well, for me and my kids on what we had to do. I'm only speaking. I only want to tell the truth and be honest because I don't want nobody to go through this stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it is what it is. So I'm just saying like I've made a lot of sacrifices for my kids. And and I just want to say this: it was never. In the beginning, I felt like, hey, we'll do this so our kids can go pro and they can buy us houses, they can buy us cars. I kind of fell into that, and then as my kids got older, I snapped right out of it real quick. At the end of the day, we don't want that. All I wanted my son to do. This is what I wanted for my son: to be able to work at one job and go on vacations and not go to McDonald's knowing that do I have enough money to buy this stuff? You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of reality was for us.
Yeah.
If I go to
Because you've
McDonald's, will
been
I have
you've
enough?
been there.
I've been there, homie. Like
Yeah.
I'm keeping it 100 with y'all.
Yeah.
You know, this Facebook world where everybody think everything is good and dandy. Nah, I've been to camps where I only had enough money to put in the gas to get DJs there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the food stand and my son said he hungry. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Thank God I had a friend there that looked at me and then there was no shame in my game. I said, hey, look, my son is hungry, man. I can't pay you now. He said, Dave, shut up. Grabs my son, feeds him. I'll never forget it. And to this day, I'm gonna pay it back. Not in mean I'm gonna pay for the plate. No, I'm gonna give back to him because I know what road I'm on right now, and I'm gonna be blessed financially. And that brother right there, I'm not gonna forget what you did, Lee. His name is Lee. I'm not gonna forget it. You know, and stuff like that happened throughout our doing what we had to do for DJ. You know, and I just want everybody to know it's not peaches and creams, man. It wasn't. This road of what you see DJ and Mattel, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's hard. It was hard, and people gonna come around and try to sink their teeth into your kids and try to come between you and your family. I urge to a lot of you out there that have kids that play. Make sure you know who you're bringing into your circle. You know, I know I'm going off topic, but I just want to let you know that because since we're going to be 100 with this and keep it real,
Yep.
watch the people that you bring into your circle. Watch, because they may say the best thing in the world, the best salesman story, bet we can do this and that, you know, and all their whole intention was totally different from what they really were supposed to come here to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just trying to keep it 100, man.
I love it, Big Dave, and
Yeah,
it's needed. That's why we had to have you on. I was
yeah.
I was I was getting on your nerves probably, but I said
Nah, no, you wasn't.
I said I know Big Dave's gonna bring it. I said I
Yeah,
know he's gonna bring it and keep it
yeah.
100. So I
I only
appreciate
know
it.
how to do that, man. That's all I know how to do, you know?
I
And at
appreciate
the end of the day, I care for families. I care for the kids and I care for their process. You know, all I want to do is help. You know what I mean? Show love. If I got it, you got it. I don't care if you're not my son. I don't care. Any kid, anywhere, please. You know what I mean? If you need any information, reach out to brother right here, and I got my number. You know, I just want to help in any way, any possible way, with your process, with whatever questions you have. I started a company, a consulting company.
it. Yes, tell
It's
us
called
about
the
it.
yeah, it's called the U Brothers. You know, it's our last name and the letter U. You know what I mean? I call it the U Brothers, and it's just basically a consulting company that help parents or help anyone that needs help with their process. All the people that I've met through the process, I met lawyers. You know what I mean? I met a lot of people. Um, 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 just so many people in that space of recruiting and people wanting to be a part of your kid early, you know, because they
Yes,
know what your kid is about to become.
yes.
You know, they see it. You know, DJ just was on an NFL mock mock draft 2023. He was the number
Wow,
one pick.
hasn't
Yeah,
haven't even taken a snap yet.
yeah. Didn't even take a snap in college. They already put it out, and DJ's at number one.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, so this is the type of stuff DJ try to stay away from, because he doesn't even want that pressure on him. But for a daddy, gee, I'm just proud. I'm geeked up. Let's go. You know, I'm not a. I know what my son is. I know his capabilities are, and I know what he brings to the game. And you know what I mean. I know he will bring his best. So you know, anything I could help with anybody out there. You know, I just want everybody to know everybody's process is different.
Yes,
um, you're going to have to do what's best for your kid.
yes,
And parents, please be real with your kids. Don't
yes.
always take them to a place where okay, he's going to start here. Man, going to 5 different schools, really? Man, come on. That's not the answer. The answer is, where can he get developed? Trust me.
Yes.
Where can he get developed? If he has to sit there, my son, you think I wanted to see my son on the varsity team as a freshman throwing signs in? You think I want to see that when I know who my son is? I know he can go to 10 others, 99% other schools and start as a freshman.
Yeah.
But I sat there and I watched my son throw signs in because that's the type of kid he is, you know? I knew that's where he's going to get developed. So, you know, that's my thing. Parents, keep it 100 with your kids. Keep it 100 with yourself. You
Please.
know his ability, know his talent. Don't be blinded by my kid is better than everybody. Nah, man. Don't think like that. Think like, where can he learn? Where can he get better? You know, um, this is what he wants to do. So, that's my encouragement to you guys out there. Um, put God first. I'm gonna throw that in.
Yes.
I could
Throw
I
it out
couldn't
there.
make it. Yeah, I couldn't make it this far without him. Um, it's been up and down ride, but that's okay. What I've learned is when you're struggling, you growing. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Big Dave, I know that you got so much on your plate, so I really appreciate you taking your time, brother. I really
No
do.
problem.
Thank you for keeping it 100. Thank you for throwing in that God piece, because
Yeah.
we're on that too. And
Yes, sir.
it's no mistake why your boys are going to be big on and off the field. We need more
Yes,
dads
sir.
like you, so I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for this opportunity. I pray that your platform grows. I pray for favor on your platform. Thank God for people like you, giving a platform so people can and speak their story, say their testimony, so that
Yes.
other parents and other families can grow and learn from. So great job on what you're doing, brother.
I appreciate it. It takes a village, and you already know that.
Man, I
Yeah,
preach that all the time.
it takes a village, and your boys, and you anything you need from me. So hey, have a wonderful day, Big Dave, and
Yes, sir.
go you brothers.
Yes, sir. God bless, brother.
All right, have a good one.